Hello everyone, I am back and I am here to share with you a recent highlight from being a mom. At ito po ang pag-attend sa isang fellowship that talked about home management. Yes, yan. Kami po kahapon ay nagkaroon ng fellowship. It was entitled Startup the Better Way, and it was all about how to manage your homes, how to understanding why it's important to manage our homes, kung ano ang magiging epekto nito sa amin, and some practical tips. We learned practical tips on how to tidy up and declutter. So, I just wanted to share with you a few realizations that I had which really struck me yesterday. And I just want to say na I'm very grateful na nakasama namin si Mommy Beth Manlapid of A Better Way, because she was really full of wisdom and she really taught us truths and learnings kung ano nga ba talaga ang ibig sabihin ng pag-aayos ng bahay. So let me share that with you now. So here are some of the lessons that I have learned. One of them is that home management ay hindi lang physically fixing our homes or paglilinis, pag-aayos, but it involves so much more. It involves our hearts. Yan. So dati, akala ko, pag sinabing home management, okay, paano magligpit, paano mag-organize ng mga books, ng paano mag-categorize, paano declutter. But then, Mommy Beth made us realize that when we choose to tidy, when we choose to organize, it all has to start with knowing and rebuilding or restructuring kung ano nga ba ang vision natin para sa ating tahanan. So, for me personally, for me to be able to create a vision for my home, I think it's important first to start with a vision for myself as a mom, as a homemaker, and as a wife. Kung ano nga ba talaga ang gusto ko at gusto ni Lord na igawin ko para sa pamilya ko. So, doon pa lang, sa first step pa lang na yun, parang, ganun pala siya. It has to be serious. It has to involve a lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting. And I think if we do that, if we do create a vision, it creates more meaning for the whole process of managing our homes. And it makes it more exciting, not just for us, but for our families. So aside from that, home management allows us to find who we are again. When we do go through the process of managing our homes, of decluttering, of letting go, of making new spaces, it allows us to find again kung ano nga ba yung mga bagay na nagpapasaya sa atin, na ito nga pala yung passion ko in life. And then we're gonna discover that we can do another skill. So it creates a new space for us to realize once again what our purpose is, what our calling is. Aside from that, it helps us change or redirect kung ano nga ba ang values natin. Because one of the things that I've learned is that we fail to manage our homes not because kulang tayo sa oras, but because we have somehow practiced or have had these values na hindi maganda, like procrastinating or being complacent. Yan. Many of us, like for me for example, nagkaroon ako ng season na lagi ako naglinis, laging maayos ang bahay, and then there came a point that I became too tired of it and I became distracted. Masyadong natuon ang pansin ko sa ibang bagay that I was not able to fix what had to be fixed. Yan. So I procrastinated. I always use the term, basta lang yan, pwede namang mag-wait, I can just rest muna. So these are attitudes that are not good. And yes, while we do need to rest as mommies, it should not be an excuse for us na wag nang asikasuhin at ayusin ang ating tahanan. So when we manage our homes, when we commit to managing our homes, it allows us to take off the bad habits and to commit to saying yes, Lord, I am going to fix our home. I am going to keep our home clean. And I'm going to commit to excelling in this, not because kailangan, but because I want it to serve our family better. And of course, alam mo yun, everything ends with the purpose of pleasing the Lord. So, if you, sa una pa lang, if nakita mo na that your purpose is to please God, and you know that mommying or being a homemaker is part of the purposes or the missions that God has entrusted you, and then we will realize that I have to excel in this mission of mommying, of taking care of my homes, and I have to excel in it because it is a way for me to say thank you to the Lord and for me to worship God. So there. Okay, ano pa ba? Ano pa ba ang mga na-realize? So I've also realized that home management, not just done by mommies, but it creates a venue for us to work with our families. Yan, hindi lang dapat mga mami ang nag-aayos. We have to learn to engage and involve every member of the family in this process. And Mommy Beth encouraged us when we go through tidying, kasama na dyan ang pagde-decide kung ano ang mga bagay na i-let go, kung ano ang mga bagay na magsistay. So, for example, with my kids, nagkaroon ng season na ang dami nilang toys at marami mga toys na hindi na nagagamit. And we had to go through the process of putting them all out and sorting kung ano yung pwedeng ilagay sa to keep and not to keep. And the whole process was a learning experience for all of us. For me, I had to learn to trust them, to respect their thoughts, to respect kung Mami, gusto ko pa po itong toy na to. I had to learn to listen. And many times, we don't do that with our kids because we feel like we know better. But then, this process of managing our homes can teach us to see them as individuals who have their emotions, whose thoughts are also valid kahit na bata pa sila. It's not from sa kids lang, no, but with my husband, of course, he had things of his own. He has things of his own. So, kung makikita niyo po ang aming bahay, halos lahat ay gamit namin ng mga bata actually. And he has this space sa garahe, meron siyang certain table na lahat yon ay tools niya. So, I leave that for him. And, kumbaga, we learn to trust that there are things that my husband will not let go of. And I have to trust and respect na he knows why he has to keep them. So, maraming mga bagay that we can learn how to trust each other and we can work with each other. And that alone will help build and strengthen our relationships with the other members of the family. So, it also gives us moms, like what I said a while ago, it gives us moms a venue to teach our kids and to disciple them. Di ba? Akalain nyo yun? Pagliligpit lang tayo pero pwede nating i-disciple ang ating mga anak. How? How can we do that? Nung kami po ay nag-segregate, nag-sort, pinakita ko sa kanila yung mga bagay na pwede namin ibigay, i-share sa iba. We also can inject lessons like, why do we give? Why do we share? Because it's a form of extending blessings to others. It's a way of loving God. Diba? It's also a way for us to be thankful for what we have right now, to be content, to not long for more than what we need. So, marami na po kami napagdaanan na tidying up at decluttering sa aming family. And you know what? My children have somehow developed this value na hindi na sila naghahanap ng bagong gamit, hindi sila nagpapabili. Although, yung isa sa amin medyo gabi-gabi naghahanap because we still have to ano to strengthen that value of being content since she's still a preschooler. But then again, they have this notion na, Mommy, pag Christmas na, magganto na po ipapabuy ko o kaya sa birthday, ito po ang list ko. So they know when we can buy for them. They learn to wait for the proper time and they learn to trust that God will give it to them. And we have learned to be thankful as a family, and we have learned to trust that God will provide for us. We have learned to be joyful when we share with others what we have. And for us parents, it's rewarding to see how our kids can be genuine in becoming selfless, in having hearts that are ready to share. Ang dami talagang learnings with just one session of managing the home. Actually, parang ano pa lang yan introduction. Yeah. It's a long way to go. But like I said in the first part, I'm thankful that I attended this home management fellowship because I know that it has changed my heart and I know that it has challenged me to step up and take the first step actually ulit on how I can make our home a better home. Not just our home, but my heart and God willing the hearts of my children. So there. So if you're looking, this is not a paid ad, but I just want to share it with you, and I think it's worth sharing if you're looking for someone who can mentor you, who can assist you, and who can really journey with you sa whole process of wanting to restructure, remake, renovate, kung ano man ang na yon, make your new home fresh and new again. I highly recommend Mommy Beth Manlapid of A Better Way. She has a heart that desires for other moms to grow not just as moms but also as women of God, and that's a very important factor. I hope you got something from this vlog. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe so we can be with each other again for our next posts. Thank you everyone. Goodbye. God bless you.